Happy Monday, friends. I am back and we are going to do another fun story today. But first, let's talk about quotation marks, okay? Quotation marks show us that somebody in the book is actually speaking. These are the words that that character, that person, whatever that character is actually saying. So for example, if it says in your book, Mom, can I eat pizza? Dan asked. What Dan actually said out loud is, Mom, can I eat pizza? Okay. So it says, Mom, can I eat pizza? Dan asked. The words that Dan said out loud were, Mom, can I eat pizza? And we know that because of these little lines called quotation marks. Whatever is inside the quotation marks is what the character spoke out loud. Okay? And something you can do when you're reading is when you have a character speaking, you can change your voice a little bit for that character. Okay? So for example, if it's just like in movies. So for example, in the movie Frozen, when Olaf says something and Anna says something, they have different voices. They speak differently, right? Olaf is more fun. He's very funny and outgoing and sometimes a little confused when he talks, whereas Anna is usually more serious, right? Okay. So, or more determined. So just think about that when you are reading a book and you change your voice a little bit for the characters, okay? What we're going to do is get started on a book. The book we're going to read today is Three Little Pigs and the New Neighbor by Andy Blackford. So just like last week, I would like you to mute the video first and try to read it on your own. Okay, so just go through the video on your own without the sound and try to read it to yourself, or maybe even to somebody else that's in your house. If you're having difficulties, or you have trouble reading the first page, just go ahead and unmute it, go back, and listen to me read it to you, okay? And after, if you do mute it and read it on your own first, make sure you go back and you listen to it unmuted, because I do ask questions during the reading, and I want you to be able to hear those questions after you've tried reading it on your own, okay? So either way, but make sure that you go back, or you at least listen to it with the sound on at least once so that you can listen to those questions, okay? So let's get going. Once there were three little pigs. One lived in a house made of straw, one lived in a house made of sticks, and one in a house made of bricks. So you can see the straw house, the stick house, the brick house, and I totally forgot before we even before I got started reading, so I'm going to pause right here and I'm going to go over it now. This is a fractured fairy tale, okay? A fractured fairy tale is a fairy tale that you may have heard before, but it has a little bit of a twist to it. Something is different, okay? And not just little different, like this one's very different. So the Three Little Pigs and the New Neighbor is a fun little twist on the Three Little Pigs story that you may have heard before. So if you remember in the original Three Little Pigs, there's three pigs. One builds a house out of straw, one builds a house out of stick, and one builds a house out of brick. And the big bad wolf comes and is knocking on their door and then blows their house down trying to get inside to eat them, right? So this one's going to be a little different. And I want you to see if you can spot what that difference is, okay? So we read the first page, so we all know that the pigs built their houses, one out of straw, one out of stick, and one out of bricks. Okay, so let's continue. One day, a new neighbor moved in next door to the straw house. Oh no, cried the little pig. It's the big bad wolf. So remembering back at the quotation marks lesson that I gave you before we started reading, what did that little pig cry? What did that little pig actually say? Good. So you found the quotation marks right here. So you knew that the little pig cried or said, "Oh no," right? Notice how my voice went up, got a little bit more power to it because there is an exclamation mark right there also. That pig said, "Oh no," we know because we saw the quotation marks. And right here, he also said, "It's the big bad wolf," right? Because there's more quotation marks right there. How is this pig feeling right now? Look at his face. Think about the words that he said. Look who's moving in next door. How is this pig feeling? He's scared, right? Worried? Good. All day, the wolf worked hard, sorting out his new home. "Now I'm hungry," he said, and prepared himself a tasty dinner. But he knocked over the pepper shaker. The pepper went everywhere. So what did the wolf say? What did he actually say out loud? Did he say the pepper went everywhere? No, there's no quotation marks around those words, right? The quotation marks are right here. He said, "Now I'm hungry," right? Good. The wolf coughed and sneezed and choked on all the pepper. It even got in his eyes. Ooh, ouch, right? "I need water," he gasped. Gasped. You might not have heard of this word before. Maybe you have. It means that he's kind of like choking, right? He's struggling to say these words. And what was that word that he said? He said, "I need water." He also said, "But I haven't got any. Perhaps that little pig next door will help me." Ooh, do you think that pig's going to help him? The wolf knocked on the first little pig's door. The pig was so scared he squealed, "Go away! There's nobody home." He's scared. This is a thought bubble. This is what the pig's thinking inside his head. You can see there's a picture in his head of the wolf eating the pig, right? That's what he's thinking. Is that what the wolf actually wants to do? No, right? He just wants some water. The wolf knocked harder, but the door was only made of straw, so his paw went right through. Oh, he's knocked and opened. The little pig ran to his brother's house made of sticks. "Help! Let me in! The big bad wolf is after me!" he squealed. Okay, so we can find those quotation marks. We can see what the pig actually said, right? Good. And we can also see it has a little speech bubble right here. It says help. That's what the pig actually said was help. "Oh no," wheezed the wolf. "There's no one at home. I'll try next door. The little pig there might help me." Okay, so that wolf actually said these words out loud. They're in the quotation marks, right? See the pigs in the window? Mhm. The wolf knocked on the door, and the two little pigs quickly hid. Oh, look at he's got a basket over his head. He's not hiding very well, is he? "Let me in," the wolf sputtered. It means he like said it like really fast. "Let me in." But no one answered. Maybe there's someone upstairs, he thought, and went to climb up. I don't know how well this is going to go, right? But the wolf was heavy and the house was only made of sticks. The roof broke and he fell right through. Oh no, look at it, he's falling through. They're running away scared. "Oh dear, what a mess," the wolf groaned. "Perhaps the little pig next door will help me." Okay, these are what he said out loud. There's quotation marks. The two little pigs ran next door to their brother's house. "Help!" they cried. "The big bad wolf is trying to eat us up." Is that true? he trying to eat them? No, right? He just needs some water. As the wolf knocked on the door, the third little pig shouted, "Go away! My house is made of bricks. You'll never get in and eat us up." See his oops, sorry. See his nose coming through the door. But I don't want to eat you up. I only want some water, coughed the wolf. Oh, now they're probably feeling silly, right? The three little pigs laughed. Then they gave the wolf as much water as he could drink and plenty more. All laughing, having fun now. So there were a lot of quotation marks in this book. If you need some more books to read, find some books that have some quotation marks in it to practice. Look around your house, see if you have some books. If you need access to free books online, send me an email. My email is below in the description. I will give you access to the website Epic, which has hundreds and hundreds of books in it at all different levels. So maybe this book was even a little bit too hard for you and you wanted to go get a different book that might be a little better for you to read. It's a better fit. You can go onto Epic and it will tell you what level these books are at, so you can find a book that's the perfect reading level for you. Maybe you needed a book that was a little bit more challenging. They have more challenging books also on there. And it's not just books they've made up. They have all kinds of books. I know they have this, I think it's like Scaredy Squirrel books. They have Pete the Cat books. They have Flat Stanley books. They have a lot of books. They even have chapter books for my third graders that were doing the Geronimo Stilton book. If you really liked it, they have that chapter book online. There's a lot of books. If you really enjoyed this fractured fairy tale, a little twist to a fairy tale that you already know, they have a lot of those also, like Cinderella. They have a fractured fairy tale. They have Jack and the Beanstalk has a fractured fairy tale. They even have the original version. So they are a lot of fun, guys. If you need some more books, go ahead and just send me an email. Ask for that code. I'll get you on, okay? Okay, moving on. That was a little side note. Okay, so look at this puzzle, puzzle 1. What you're going to do is look at these pictures. You see the pictures of things that happen in the story. I want you to pause this video in just a moment. And I want you to put these in order in your brain, okay? So think about it. Look at these pictures and think about which one came first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. All right, go ahead and pause this video right now and start it again when you are finished. Okay, here's puzzle number 2. Okay, this one might be a little bit more tricky. Okay, picture of the wolf and a picture of the 3 pigs. And down here, there's 6 different things that were said in the book. They're quotations, right? Remember, so quotations were what is actually said by a character. Okay. I apologize, that was wrong. The characters did not actually say these in the book. They are things that these characters would have said. So you have to see which ones make sense for which character would have probably said this in the book, okay? So if you need help reading this, you might need to ask an adult or maybe just a brother or a sister or a cousin, somebody who's around you if you need some help reading these. So go ahead and read through them and decide which character would have said this, okay? Then go ahead and pause this right now and start it back up when you are ready to move on. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is take a little quiz, okay? See how well we understood the book. So let's start this quiz. Who are the characters in the story? 3 pigs and 1 really mean wolf? 3 pigs, mother, 3 wolves, or 3 little pigs and wolf? Good, 3 little pigs and wolf, right? What was the problem in the story? What was the problem? What was wrong? Something needed to be fixed. What was that problem? Wolf was lonely, wolf got hungry, or wolf got pepper and nose in his eyes? Good, wolf got pepper in his nose and eyes. Remember, he was going over asking for water so he could breathe better, get some water down his throat, maybe wash out his eyes. This is what, but it should say why. Why did Wolf break into the first 2 little pigs' houses? He sneezed. It was an accident. or he wanted to eat them. Good, it was an accident, right? He didn't mean to break in. What kind of fairy tale is this? Remember I said it kind of at the beginning and at the end? Not a fairy tale, but it was a fractured fairy tale, right? There was a little twist to it. What was different about this book and the original Three Little Pigs? Do you know? Did you figure that out? Good. In the original Three Little Pigs, the wolf broke into the houses to eat the pigs, right? But in this book, he was just knocking on the door looking for water. There was a misunderstanding. The pigs thought the wrong thing about the wolf, right? They judged him. They judged a book by its the cover, and they shouldn't have done that, right? That's a lesson this book also taught us, was not to judge a book by its cover, right? Not to judge somebody just because of what they look like, right? And this last question, do you think the pigs and wolf will be good neighbors now? No or yes? I think so, right? We had fun at the end of the book. Okay. Quiz results, we got 100%. Okay, nice work here, superstar. Okay, we are almost finished. I just want you to retell this book in your own words. Okay, what happened first, next, and last? And something that's pretty cool is I was telling you there's all these different fairy tales or fractured fairy tales on here on this website. Here's some examples of some. So we have Hansel and Gretel and the Green Witch, or Rapunzel and the Prince of Pop. Snow White Sees the Light, the Elves in the Trendy Shoes, the Emperor's New Uniform, the Three Frilly Goats Fluff. There's so many. Let's see, The Boy Who Cried Sheep. So last week we did The Boy Who Cried Wolf, right? So it's about him crying sheep. The Gingerbread Man, Cinderella's Big Foot. So there are so many different ones, okay? So many different fairy tales, so many different books. If you need some help, go ahead and send me an email, and I will get this code sent out to you so you can read some more books, okay? I will see you next Monday.